Hey, good afternoon and a warm welcome to BAYUEMAS Oval. What a great match we have today. Four-match series between Malaysia women taking on Hong Kong, China. And this is the toss time, live. And the match referee, Ramesh Menon, will pass the coin to Winifred, the captain of women's cricket. Let's toss the coin. Winifred is tossing. Heads is a call from Natasha. Long time taking. Heads? Tails it is. And Malaysia have won the toss. Let's ask a few words from Winifred. He won the toss and I heard him batting first. And what's the decision behind it?
We wanted to bat first because the pitch looks nice to bat on today, and I think morning they had a match here as well, so that's why we decided to bat first.
A bit relieved after a lot of rains last week. Now it's dry, warm. How do you feel?
Yeah, we were worried actually by the rain 2 days back because non-stop rain, but I think yesterday and today a good sunny day, and I think it helped us, and I hope it goes on for this whole 4 days tournament.
Wish you very good luck.
Thank you.
Let's have a few words with Natasha, the captain of Hong Kong, China. Hey, they won the toss and they elected to bat first. What's the plan?
I think we're happy to get out in the field first and get together. I think either way, I'm a firm believer that we have to do both skills well to win a game of cricket. Great to be out here in Malaysia and looking forward to it.
And any plans for today's game? You see the pitch is dry and the weather is warm. And what's in your mind? What's the plan?
We've got to reduce the amount of runs they can score, really restrict them and give us the best chance to chase. I think our team is very capable of doing both of those things, so hopefully put on a good show today.
And wish you very good luck.
Thank you very much.
And here at the middle of the ground, Malaysia won the toss and elected to bat first. That's Johnny from the Combox. Thank you.
A very warm welcome to BAYUEMAS Oval in Malaysia for the first match of the bilateral T20 series between Malaysia women's and Hong Kong women's team. We have seen a couple of minutes of silence, that is to keep the memories of the people who passed away during the recent tragedy which happened in Hong Kong. And after that, we have seen the toss. Malaysia won the toss and elected to bat first. And Malaysia, as we know that it's a home team, they are known to these conditions. It would be interesting to see how these batters would go on from now. First match of this T20 bilateral series. Hong Kong is known for a fantastic brand of cricket, would be competing against home team Malaysia. I have co-commentator with me, Amin. Good
Thank you,
afternoon, Amin.
Vijay.
Hong Kong, China. In fact,
Good afternoon, Vijay. Yes, Hong Kong, China is a very, very good team, and this is going to be an exciting game for us because Malaysia women is led by Winifred, a very famous and productive batter and all-rounder from Malaysian side, is leading the team along with a couple of very good players. And here it's a T20 game. They're going to play four games at the same venue, and this is the first of the fourth, and nothing short of any excitement.
absolutely. I mean, very strong Malaysian side as far as batting wise is concerned. I still remember Van Julia, Winifred, Mas Alisa. They're all top notch batters as far as Malaysia is concerned.
It's a it's a good point to note that, and Malaysia women's team is uh, doing very good job in recent past. They're getting better and better. The state competitions are very, very consistent these days, and the top-notch players from each state are participating in this game. I look at the shot, fantastic one from Aina Hamiza. Ball running towards the boundary, looks like a solid two. A very good one, good positive start for Malaysia. Couple of runs on board, and also for Aina.
Ikra started off with a shot of the length, which was quite comfortable as far as Aina Hamiza was concerned. She took it as an advantage and she went from the back foot and punched the ball to the perfection. Started off with 2 runs. It's a good start for Malaysia after 2 balls, which they've faced so far.
Dot ball. Following that couple of runs, Ikra started really well. Only 2 runs came in the first 3 balls.
Talking about third ball, she was really good. She took off the pace, which made batter to think about whether she should go for a shot or she should go for a defense. And she couldn't able to get the bat pace.
Well done. Again, consistent ball. Looks like
Aina
a solid.
Hamiza is known for going. Aina Hamiza is known for going for good shots as the day progresses by. She's particularly good in the middle overs. I still remember the way she used to bat aggressively after few wickets falling down.
Yes, you're right, Vijay. And she's a very good batter and getting better and better in each and every game. And one good thing I would like to stress here, uh, the successful coach of Sri Lankan's winning team, 1996 World Cup Champions team's coach, Dave Watmore, is the director of cricket looking after Malaysia cricket, and he's highly, highly motivated to bring the women's cricket up in Malaysia.
That's a bit of loosener from Ikra. An extra run in the form of wide will be added into account of Malaysia. They would be happy indeed. Talking about Dave Watmore, I mean, I still remember he has improvised a lot of performance from various countries. right from Sri Lanka to Bangladesh to Nepal to United States of America. So he was really very effective coach indeed.
Now he's one step ahead and taking care of the director role and looking after the cricket overall in Malaysia, especially his focus is highly on the women's cricket, and we can see results.
Back to back wides from Ikra. Her shoulder seems to be a little bit stiff, probably as she bowls more of bowling. She'll get used to these conditions. Most probably, she's trying to adapt herself with the length as well. She's thinking whether she should go for a bit of short of length near that good length spot.
It is a disease. Wide is a disease. It spreads. When you bowl one, it keeps coming. You need to little bit conscious before you bowl and try to change your line and length. Try to do something else to avoid that.
Basically, it's as a bowler, it's a challenge for new ball bowler to control the new ball because of the seam. And second thing is that you need to know where to bowl. Perhaps you feel like when batter would be going aggressive shots, you may tend up to you may
You
tend
are
up
lucky.
you may end up with a lot of extras. So that is what I was meant to say.
Yeah, Vijay, look at that. Three wides and a dot. But it was a very good over. If you should have controlled those three wides, it would be only 3 runs in the first over. That's how lethal and problematic wide is.
But I mean, nevertheless, its bowler's return would be very vicious indeed. Who knows? After bowling first over with three wides, they may come back in the second over. They may pick up like a couple of wickets, important wickets, which would damage the batting order.
That happens to me when I was playing for under 19. I did the same thing. I bowled a lot of wides and one nice ball to the stump and the batter gets out.
Was that a tactics? You mean?
It was very quite natural. I'm naturally skilled.
Maywa is a new bowler. Will be bowling for other end.
My wife suddenly
One
stopped and checking because the captain, that is a check at the fielder because one of the fielder was standing outside the circle, which is one fielder extra standing outside in the power play. So she is brought in actually. Oh, very close. Can it be a run out? Asking almost closer. Very good fielding from
not
Hong Kong, China.
not really. Probably if it was a direct hit, I'm sure that there would have been a wicket for Hong Kong. Good running between wickets by these batters. Of course, Hong Kong should be cautious to protect that each and every run.
It's a well-driven shot towards long off, mid off, and the timing was excellent from Winfred, the captain of Malaysia. She's known for consistent performances. May why Winfred, the captain. Again, the ball goes straight to the covers. A check shot from the captain yielded no runs.
So far, so good for Malaysia. There is no any urge for Malaysia to go on to play some cheap shots and get out. So far, they are playing sensible cricket. Runs are coming automatically.
This one played straight between two fielders, and can it be a bound? Yes, it is. The first one coming from the blade of the captain. 4 runs added to the total. Look at that.
Winifred, excellent batting down to long on region. Amazing way to get a boundary. When she's opening up the face of the bat and towards the long offside, which means that she's confident enough to face all of the deliveries which are even coming onto the offside. Hong Kong should be a little bit cautious about this.
May to Winfred. Looks like a couple of runs. Yes, it is. A confident 2 runs towards the square leg. Winfred is in sublime touch.
Excellent running between wickets by these two batters, Winifred and Aina Hamiza. We know these both can also bowl. These two are all-rounders for Malaysia. They bowl well. They also run between wickets very well. So they are athletic on field. We can witness that at the moment after scoring a boundary, a couple of runs taken, which is a positive sign for Malaysia women's side.
It's a better line from Mei Wai after bowling stump to stump line. This time she kept outside the off stump and ended up a dot ball. 13 for no loss after 2 overs. Malaysia.
Ikra seems to be looking like she had some kind of strain on her shoulders. Probably, maybe because of lack of proper warm up, or maybe because of the not proper hydration in this underneath the hot sun. I guess so, because normally a bowler wouldn't struggle so much. Where she was holding her shoulder for some time.
Happens, right?
There's a
It
change in
happens to the fast bowlers especially. And the weather is a bit warmer now because after lots of rains in the past week. Now the ground, the outfield, the weather, everything looks comfortable for cricket.
well, there's a change in bowling.
Played behind the point, couple of runs easily taken by Winifred. Change of bowling. Spinner in Chan.
Definitely good running between wickets by both Aina Hamiza and Winifred. But have you observed one thing? I mean, there's a slip in place, but it's not in a position of slip. It's looking like short third man because it's a spinner, so we can't call that as a slip.
Yeah, it's a different strategy. That's a good point, Vijay. It's not a, a slip actually. It's kind of a gully placed for cut shots to stop that singles.
Uh, Basically, when fast bowlers bowl, you have those kind of positions. But if it's a spinner, I would probably call that as a short third man.
Probably she is the fastest spinner in the side. What do you think?
No, whatever it is, but you also see the first ball which was deflecting from the bat, going towards that the fielder which was placed there. I would personally call it as a short third man because if it's a slip, probably for the spinner it should have been near to the keeper. But if it's far away and even not even a pace bowler, I would simply put it as a short third man. And also ball deflected there. There's something over there where there's a catch which is possible.
Looks like a catch. Not too sure about it because the excitement was not that much from the fielders. So it looks like only the keeper was a little bit excited, not others, because normally keepers will ask or appeal for every catch. That's what I know.
That's a good mind games what keepers play. I mean, you know
Yeah.
about it.
Yes, 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 yes. Fantastic shot. Actually, it's one of the best shot since morning. And it raises towards the boundary. 4 runs for Aina. Look at the way she played the shot.
Slower delivery. Aina didn't hesitate at all. She came down the track and she slashed the ball into the boundary. Very positive intent from Aina Hamiza. This is what she was sent for to make sure that power play is well used by the batters, and
The
it's
beauty,
the tactics are working out well for Malaysia.
the beauty of that shot is there were 6 fielders standing on the offside. She penetrated every single one of them to score that boundary. It was worth watching that shot. Honestly, Vijay. I just loved it.
By number 3 overs, Malaysia are 20 for no loss. So, I mean, have you watched or have you observed the final ball where the so-called slip, or maybe I would call it as a short third man, came closer to the keeper, which was looking little bit looking like a slip cordon to me
Then
personally.
what do you call them? Like shortest third man?
Sure, yeah, of course, yeah. That was bit shorter.
Third man, short
If
third man, then the shortest third man.
because slips should have been near to the keeper, not that far away.
Okay, this is one of the nice shot, and it's a certain boundary without a doubt about it. She played it extremely well. Aina Hamiza, you beauty.
That was a classic shot from Hamiza. Look at that sweep shot. Well executed one. Directed to the boundary. Aina Hamiza is unstoppable now. She has moved on to 15 runs from 13 balls. What a start for Malaysia. 24 runs in 3.1 overs without losing a wicket. My wives continue her second over. She considered so far 11 runs.
One thing that stood out in that shot is she played a sweep against a fast bowler. You remember? Maybe a medium pacer, but she had enough time to play the sweep shot. That's fantastic.
This is what confidence is all about, Amin. No matter whether it's a spin bowler or fast bowler, adapting yourself and switching on to one particular lunge from the normal batting position is not so easy. Only a confident batter can do that. That's what we have seen from Aina Hamiza.
Asking for a big uphill this one, but I personally feel this is towards the leg stump. The umpire usually don't give out for that.
Somehow I feel the same. I mean, that was a good decision from umpire. Certainly, we need to also give credits to the umpire for umpiring amazing the last few matches which were happening in BAYUEMAS Oval.
Yes, you're right, Vijay. And also, just like to add something out happening in international cricket, they have taken the umpire's call. If the umpire's given that as an out, and if it's an umpire call, and something like if even he gives not out, and if the ball is hitting the stumps, it's going to be out moving forward.
Well, look at that shot. What Haina Hamiza has played on drive. In T20 cricket, it's very difficult to see on drive. Well executed on drive from her. The way she spread her leg, particularly left leg, wider, reached to the ball, and well driven. Credit goes to her.
Fantastic batting by these two batters, Winifred and Aina, simply rocking. I can certainly say they look so promising and also so solid for a opening partnership. And the Malaysian cricket women's cricket team would love to have them bat as openers moving forward. No doubt about that.
I mean, I still remember a couple of years back, I was doing commentary when Malaysia women's were playing. Look at that humongous difference between then and now. The way they were playing then and now, it seems to be looking like a completely different ball game. The attack of each and every bowler is looking like they are in a very poor touch.
Lots of things happening around Vijay, because the state games are given high importance, and lots of local tournaments have been happening, whereas these players get enough support and practice time, and lots of support from support staffs as well to maintain their fitness and the skill sets. All are happening. You can see the end results now, how good they're playing now.
There's a change in bowling. Chan K has been introduced into attack. Aina Hamiza, informed player, will be facing Chan.
It's a wonderful bowling by Chan, and it's a dot ball straight away, a left arm orthodox, and she has just put all the fielders on the offside. Oh, clean bowled! What a bowler! She's simply amazing and taken Aina Hamiza's wicket. The bails are off, and she's just elated.
Brilliant bowling from Chan. What a first ball from her. Ball spun into the batter. Batter had no clue at all. Look at that ball. Slower and also flighted well. And ball spun into. And batter, Aina Hamiza, no clue at all. She was dismissed. Well played by Aina Hamiza. She gave a positive start for Malaysia. But Malaysia would be thinking what should be the strategy for the next few overs after losing one strong batter, Aina Hamiza.
Yeah, but they would definitely looking to continue the momentum. That's what happens. And this is on the other perspective, it's Hong Kong, China's point of view. This is a very important breakthrough. They want some kind of a break in between the solid partnership. And Chan did that trick. Excellent bowling.
Mahira Izzati is the next batter in, replacing Aina Hamiza. So, I mean, coming back to the point where we were discussing about Slip Gordon,
You
interesting field
mean the
set again by Hong Kong captain.
shortest third
Yeah,
man? Or
well, maybe it's an innovation. That's what I feel personally. But look at that, far away from the Slip Gordon. Interesting tactics, actually.
that's out of the box thinking, I would say. An interesting one. Maybe it's a proven one for them. Every captain, every team has their own tricks, and this is one of them, I believe.
The best part of these two teams which are playing right now, they played already against each other several times in various occasions. Looks plump, gone.
Oh my goodness, that's another wicket for Hong Kong, China, and Chan took the second wicket. Look at that, a flighted delivery. No way you can play that ball standing on the back foot. That's a total mess in a techniques point of view. And Mahira is gone for not moving her leg towards the line of the ball.
Chan doing wonders for Hong Kong. She picked up a couple of wickets. A dot ball wicket, a dot ball, a wicket. What a bowling she is bowling right now. After conceding a lot of runs in the first few overs by Hong Kong bowlers, this is definitely a strong comeback from Malaysia, Hong Kong bowlers, especially in the form of Chan, who's trying to bowl excellent bowling. She's cutting off the pace and bowling with a proper spin. Perhaps if batter tries to wait, if they do not wait and if they try to go for a quicker commitment without reading the ball, it's not easy at all. It's very, very difficult job for Malaysia batters. Masi Elisa, vice captain of Malaysia team, coming into the center to face party of Hong Kong bowling attack.
Top name from Malaysian women's cricket, Mas Elisa, is a big name, big player. And if she settles down, and she will definitely produce a solid innings. And time and again, she's done that many times. Let's see how she uh, maintains this couple of balls. A wonderful bowling by Chan. What an over this one. Looks like a made in two wickets.
It's an absolutely game changer what Chan is doing right now. Three dot balls and two wickets so far from her first over of five deliveries.
Very nicely played. And this is what happened exactly. Made in two wickets. Killer of an over from Chan.
Excellent start by these both teams, I would say. Malaysia are 27 for 2 in 5 overs. Hong Kong, China, what a comeback for them. They brought in Chan and she brought a wonder and fortunes for them. She picked up a couple of wickets.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Vijay. It's a great start for Hong Kong, China. They must be very pleased to get those two big wickets under the first 5 over, and seems to be a great start for the Hong Kong, China. And Malaysia has to find the stability. These two better, Winifred and Marcelisa, is way capable of staying tall on the plane and execute it well. This is the time where they need to build a partnership.
Welcome back, Kamran. It seems to be looking like a good start for Malaysia, but they lost quick early wickets. Now, Mas Alisa has a massive responsibility which he has on her shoulders.
Yes, indeed. She does have a lot of responsibility. She is capable, and that's where she has been fit into that number. This number is not just a number, Vijay. It comes with a lot of responsibility in any level.
In fact, I was expecting her to be one down batter, where she would be a prominent one down, which I've seen in the past. But for a change, she has come down a bit later. Still, Malaysia requires some kind of experienced batter, and she's coming in and try to play a crucial knock.
Yes, I was very surprised to see Mahira Izzati has walked in after one down. She usually comes later on in innings where she rotate the strikes and whatnot. I've seen her more impactful at that number, but probably they have some different plans for this game and try out something different.
It's a good tactics to utilize all rounders as beginner in the beginning part of the game.
And why not, Vijay? We have seen a lot of game in the past, a lot of international game. Indeed, they have sent talent. I would talk about Akshat Patel. They do send him up in order just to making sure to give a little bit of hyper movement for the opponent.
So talking about Akshar Patel has played some crucial knocks as a middle order batter for his state team, and for also in IPL team sometimes if it's required for him to go and replace a main batter, so he goes and he plays for a good knock and comes back. So you're absolutely right, Kamran.
That's a really good looking shot. Winnie, she loves that area. You will see her day long. She will love to play this. She won't get bored of it. Coming to Akshat Patel, that's where I'm trying to frame the picture here. Is probably the Malaysian coaching staff think tank is trying to do different, and why not? Where Mazalisa is a gen of talent. She can be fit anywhere, and she can be impactful enough.
I would like to say something interesting after this ball, Kamran. It may surprise you as well. Well, talking about Dave Watmore, who's director of Malaysia cricket, is known for bringing the World Cup for Sri Lanka team. Sanath Jayasuriya was a lower middle order batter for Sri Lanka way before 1996 World Cup, which Sri Lanka won under the coaching of Dave Watmore.
Yep.
And he was promoted as an opening batter alongside with Romesh Kalvitrana, keeper. He was also playing in lower middle order batting. So those two were promoted and became top-notch opening pair in the world cricket in mid 90s and late 90s. Same thing with the Nepal as well. He has brought in such a kind of combination, which still people do not forget about his tactics and strategies. I guess Aina Hamiza is one of the strategies what we have been seeing right now. Where during the last tournament which I've commentated, when Malaysia women's team played against Nepal women's team, Aina Hamiza was coming in lower middle order. Now there is no surprise at all. As Amin told, Dave Watmore's tactics might be the key factor for this.
Yes, indeed, and that's a really quick run. This girl, Winifred, she is super quick in this 20 yard space here. She is a gun sprinter. This is what has always she been attract a lot of selectors, a lot of people by her run between the wicket. Coming back to your point, yes, David Watmore has been appointed as a director head of cricket development here in Malaysia, in particular for the girls, as this is some of the strategy I've seen since he joined. Has been change in the women cricket, and definitely he's trying his best to bring the best talent into fit to the right area, and that's what make him special. Talking about Sri Lanka winning World Cup under his coaching, then as well for the different countries. So he has been coming with a lot of experience, not just experience but achievement.
Definitely. I need to add on, Bangladesh also was a big successor of Dave Watmore's coaching. They had numerous results coming into the favor. Well, come on, have you noticed the fielding position, which I was talking to Amin as well?
Yes, I noticed, and I've been hearing you guys. It must be a reason there. You can't really, because I look at that. Chan is bowling it the right channel, just keeping that into the right area. Let me cut off this over. 7 over 40 for 2. At the moment, runs looks good. But that just need to pedal up slightly, and when these two hold up a bit better, definitely these two gonna go better. Yeah, so this fielding position is particular for that Chan. It makes sense for me because they have tried to keep that ball into the stump, slightly away offside or stump. They wanted to, they're assuming or they're expecting the batter will go across and it got some edged where the possibility for the catch. So it makes sense for me in this way.
Definitely. And Chan has a couple of variations. One, the ball is turning sharply to the leg side. Another one, if she goes for the wrong one, I'm sure that that position which has been placed will go for a catching.
Yeah, definitely there must be a strategy. No one will put the fielder without any strategy or without any plan.
BB is a new bowler coming as a replacement.
Baby
Whereas
Mariam.
Hong Kong, China they would be happy if they can able to get at least a couple of wickets before end of the 10th over.
Yeah, definitely they are looking for the breakthrough because I'm sure this team knows these two better. Winifred and Marcelisa are very capable to steal any show on the day, and they are here trying to hold up a bit better. The communication is good. Run between the wicket is great. All they need to do is keep going.
Well, that was a poor commitment from the outfield. That was a good shot, in fact, but little bit of commitment outside would have saved a couple of runs for sure. Winifred would be happy to grab this boundary, which came after a long time, especially when Chan came into attack. It was very difficult for Malaysia to pick up the momentum. So this could be a momentum for them.
They were searching for the boundary. They have been given a few opportunity not to convert it. This time Winnie feel maybe must be grateful to get that boundary after some time. Baby is just not trying to able to put them in trouble.
That's a beautiful comeback from BB. After a boundary, she got a dot ball, and in fact, it was a very good length what she got. Winifred also very calculative in terms of tackling such deliveries. She didn't take any kind of risk, although the ball was a bit slower in air.
Oh, this is messing up. Oh my goodness, you would want this day every single day. You would want this luck Every single day.
Oh
Look at
my
that.
words. Comedy of errors everywhere. There was a misfield, overthrow, and everything combined together. Miscommunication as well from the batting side. Come on, normally we don't expect such a kind of miscommunication between these two batters, Mas Alisa and Winifred, where they've been playing for a very long period of time for Malaysia.
Yes, and that's been hammered it so well, and that seems to be cross, and that's the maximum. Yes, indeed. Masalisa would never have a second thought for this kind of delivery.
That was a picture, and she said thank you, and she smacked all over the park. Or in fact, there was a change in decision. Umpire has given to the boundary. Well, whatever it is, the result, it seems to be looking favor to Malaysia. They got back into the rhythm through this over, where BB conceded 10 runs of this over. By end of the 8 overs, Malaysia are 50 for 2. So getting back to my question, these two batters especially come, Mas Alisa and Winifred, they batted for years and years together for Malaysia. Kamra, did you expect such a kind of miscommunication at this point of time?
Well, this can be happen, human error, but you can't be these kind of miscommunication you can't expect when pair like these two has been batting for a quite long time altogether. But it was a kind of a yes no. Masalisa decide that okay, let me go. You should try to reach out that hand. A lucky day for Winnie.
There's a change in bowling attack. Mahik Deep will be introduced into attack. It would be interesting to see if she can able to bring some favor for Hong Kong team by picking up wickets. Talking about these two batters, Mas Alisa and Winifred, they are very strong indeed. If you allow them, they'll be building up a partnership which can make Hong Kong China to search for a wicket.
Well, Vijay, I've seen them, these two players, for years and years. And Winnie likes to stay there, hold it, rotate the strike. She is this kind of a player who like to stay, spend time. She don't really go for much risk. She is very calculative. Where on the other hand, Masalisa is a little aggressive when it comes to take an action time. So these two batter are very different from each other, but approach is same, and the mission is same. Putting the runs on the board for Malaysia. Look at that approach. Coming toward the ball, missed. Keeper missed, you missed. And that's 2 run. What are you going to tell me about this run between the wicket, Vijay?
It's really incredible to see, and I'm impressed with running between wickets. There's no doubt about it, except that miscommunication. Like you said, to err is human, to forgive is God. That's what we usually use as a proverb. But the intent is really good as far as Malaysian batters are concerned.
I'm very surprised looking at Hardeep Kaur is flattening up the ball is clearly a temptation for the ball the batter. Just wondering how much patience these two players have. Winifred and Mas Lisa, they're trying to make their serve into the bounce of the ball, didn't really making connection. That become difficult, right? And when he says what difficult, let me show it to you. And that's the boundary for 4 runs.
No risk at all. Very, very intelligent cricket is what Mas, Alisa, and Winifred are playing here in the center. And Winifred, this time, took that responsibility and rose her hand, went for a shot, and it was a boundary for her. Overall, it's a very positive intent as far as Malaysia batting is concerned.
Slightly quicker delivery with that dot ball. It's come to end of over number 9, 61 for 2. Malaysia girls finally found the ground for themselves to hold on a bit. Rotation the strike is on the money. There is a boundary. There's another one more over where this is gonna be. After that, there's gonna be a drinks break, and there will be a lot of message and communication will be held, and we will see a different ball game, I think, Vijay.
Definitely. But as far as one point which I've noticed from Mahik Deep's bowling, the previous over, especially on the second delivery, when Mas Alisa went for a half committed shot, it was just short of the fielder. Probably the fielder could have rushed herself ahead and she could have converted it as a catch. But it was a very unfortunate situation. Probably I feel if that was a wicket for Hong Kong China, the scenario would have been different.
Exactly, well said. Well, I see. Look at that. All the bowlers have there been introduced. It seems like they have all the similar plan. None of the bowlers is putting the pace on the ball, and that's a very good strategy. Has been called no ball.
Well, combination of
Maybe.
wide, no ball, whatnot. Joylin Kaur is a new bowler. Start off with a single and gone for a no ball. Free hit again. Add on this delivery, what she has bowled.
Oh, what a running! What a running! What a running! You cannot believe this. A present of mine by Marcelisa. A bit of fumble, and that's. She said, "I'm gonna steal another run."
Absolutely come run, but this time I don't spare the fielder. It could have been stopped easily.
Talking about fielder, that's feeling what for you. That's a take and catch it. Easy ball. Wanted to go to the top of the mid wicket region fielder. Jersey number 17 says, not gonna let it go. There you go.
What a moment for Hong Kong China. They picked up the third wicket. Seems to be looking like a drinks break now. We'll be shortly back after the drinks break. Stay. Well settled Winifred, the skipper of the Malaysia team, gone for 26 runs from 27 balls. Jolene Kaur did a trick for Hong Kong China. Nurdania is a new batter in to replace Winifred.
And right away, she started to open the account with a single. That's Udania, another caliber, another another backbone of this Malaysian batting lineup. She come with a lot of hope and promises. That's been driven, such elegant driven. You can't take this girl away. What a shot she has played it. Make it so easy, John Vijay.
Absolutely dancing down the track and played according to the pace of the ball and got a boundary here. Definitely stand and delivery kind of a shot which he has played. That's the thumping power of Mas Alisa, which we've been seeing for past several years.
And this time swept it well, but that's a really good hand at the final leg area. Surely saving plenty of runs. With that, we comes to end of over number 10, 71 for 3.
Malaysia Cricket Association gives a lot of opportunity to these girls. Winifred, Mas Alisa, Aina Hamiza, Nurdania, all these players captain their state teams, the domestic of Malaysia cricket. And it's a good opportunity for them to represent in the national team and play together as one team and to come up with the different strategies like how Aina Hamiza came as an opening batter and Mas Alisa came as a two-down batter, which is a really good sign to watch a positive cricket.
What a lovely
Wonderful
shot
batting
that one.
from Mas Alisa. Welcome back, Amin, to Combox.
Thank you, Vijay. And look at the shot straight away down the crease, and what an elegant timing. And one thing, if you notice, Vijay, the whole 10 overs of Malaysian innings, the footwork of Malaysian women's has been outstanding. They're coming down the wicket every single time the ball is flighted. Did you notice that?
Absolutely, which means that not only they are confident enough, but also technically they are becoming better.
Two shots. That's called a wide, and Mahek Deep needs to correct her line. And two shots are very crucial to play against spin. One is coming down the wicket, and second one is the sweep shot. Wide again, and she needs a little bit correction. Make sure that
I mean,
the ball.
probably if you would have noticed,
Mhm.
probably if you would have noticed three different kind of shots what Malaysian batters have played so far. One with the back foot shot cutting to the point region, square cut. Another one is dancing down the wicket and playing cover drive. Another one is sweep shot.
I'm very pretty sure, Vijay, this is a transformational cricket I can see from the Malaysian women's cricket team now. They're playing too good. They're playing three shots which are very important for the important shots to play against a spin, and I can clearly see that having David Watmore as a back end man, the strength behind the team, this is highly possible.
Mahdeep Kaur, where she picked up a wicket in the previous over. This time she gave away a lot of runs, 8 runs already, which she conceded in this over. Would be an expensive thing for Hong Kong China.
Another interesting thing, Vijay, do I notice that from Malaysia team is even the wicket falls down, they haven't gone to the back foot or went into the shell mode where they keep defending the ball. They keep rotating, they're coming down the wicket and playing shots.
For the past few days, what we have been watching live from BAYUEMAS Oval, I would say this is the best cricket which I watched for last 1 week.
Look at the shot, back foot, Ball is going to the fielder, and they're clearly putting the pressure on the fielders. No doubt about that. They keep playing the shots, and all the fielders are on the foot to make sure they're putting the ball back to the fielders or the keeper. And with that, 11 overs done, a solid run of 81 on board, losing 3 wickets. They have not shown any glimpse of threat or fear against Hong Kong, China. Malaysia have been fantastic since morning.
Definitely, I mean, by end of the 11 overs, Malaysia 81 for 3. Mas Alisa, if you look into a wagon wheel, she has gone through all the shots. She has gone for pull shot, excellent sweep shots, good cut shot as well, square cut, cover drive, coming down the wicket and playing a cover drive. And I shouldn't forget about on drive as well, which she played in the first couple of balls from this innings.
When a player is playing the on drive very well on a given day, then it's her day or his day.
You're absolutely right, Amin. I still remember in my childhood days, on drive was always a big challenge. Once you get on drive, the rest of the day would be your day.
Absolutely. And we keep seeing that Virat Kohli, Sangakkara, and even the great Sachin Tendulkar, they all play on drives extremely well.
Single coming up there. Very good names which you have mentioned, Amin. Talking about Sachin Tendulkar, even without any kind of wrist movements, he used to play proper shots with the credit of the ball, especially the line and length. He was in a different zone
I think he's a
on his
prodigy.
days.
He was a prodigy and once in a lifetime batter. You see everything, whatever he does, it's a magic. Fantastic shot from Noor Dania this time. While we're talking about the genius, and this is a genius from Noor Dania. 3 runs. Look at the running between the wickets. The Malaysian women are simply rocking today.
Absolutely, Amin. There's no doubt about it. Running between wickets is a massive strength for Malaysia women's side. That was a cracking cut shot as she intended to go for a square cut, but eventually, due to the outside edge, it has gone to the late cut region. I mean, the third man region. But the result is the same. Runs are on board. 3 runs coming into Malaysia's scoreboard, which is really good intent.
What a lovely shot, this one over the head of the fine leg, short fine leg, and they can score 2 runs easily. This is a brilliant batting from Marcelisa.
Well, this is women's team's feast. What we have seen from these two batters, Mas Alisa and Noor Dania, they are unstoppable. They are running between wickets. If you ask them, they'll even run a marathon on the pitch.
Absolutely. Vijay, look at that. She needs some water because a 3 followed by 2 is not a joke.
Well, it's very hot and humid conditions in Malaysia
Yes, indeed.
in
Vijay,
Biomass Oval.
I was there for in the middle for toss, and it was really hot. And after a lot of rain in the last week, and suddenly the weather changed, you can feel the pressure actually. You can feel the heat.
Kudos to these girls who are playing some incredible innings for Malaysia. I mean, I have an experience like few years back when I did commentary when Malaysia women's versus Nepal women's at YSD UKM Oval. The score, what we are saying after 12 overs, which is 88 for 3, which was a big challenge then. Getting 80 runs by 15th over, or even say even after 20th over, sometimes it was very challenging. Look at the changes what they come across. I'm very much impressed.
I would like to add something to your point, Vijay. I was seeing these players practicing before the game in the nets. They were hitting the ball, full toss balls on the nets, and hitting the ball straight drives towards the name boards and the advertisement boards. It's like they are like really powerful actually. The timing and their posture towards the shot, their high elbow, the bat face, everything looks solid. I could see the power behind the shots. These girls are powerful, seriously.
Powerful and also fit, athletic as well. Because look at the amount of running what they do. Most of the runs, if you start calculating, which are all through the running between wickets, which is a very good sign in terms of fitness of these who are in the center.
I have a global, I'm a strong believer of this sayings, Vijay. When when other women or men can do, you can do it. Okay, when a team like Australia, team like New Zealand, India can do, why not Malaysia? That's my question.
Well, long time ago, I still remember Afghanistan's way of emerging into international cricket. They started off the similar fashion how other countries started off, and within no time, like about 5 to 6 years, they worked very hard and they have reached to the heights where they got into the World Cup, T20 World Cup, and then after that they start to get a lot of opportunities to play bilateral series. Then further they moved on to test status and they start to play test match. I'm sure also both men and women's team have a very good scope of picking up from here. In next couple of years, you might see them playing a good brand of associate cricket alongside UAE, Oman, Hong Kong, China.
Absolutely, Vijay, you're spot on. And anything is possible if you have a positive attitude and you put in a true, genuine hard work, and the result is definitely going to come. No doubt about that.
Sweet timing from Noor Dania. I'm quite impressed. Probably she might not be a big hitter, but the way she's trying to rotate the strike and trying to play some fancy shots for the singles, which is looking very good to see from the com box.
While we're talking, it's a quite a tricky one to face Wing Key here. Look at the flight she has. It's kind of a teasing line, I would say, deceiving line. Look at that.
Well, so far excellent bowling from Winky. I'm impressed with the way how Winky is bowling. Two dot balls and one run given away and just one wide.
And she has a unique line and length, Vijay, because she's flighting the ball a bit more than the usual bowler, and also the ball stops and comes in the midair, and it gives confusion for the batter. Actually, can I go down the wicket or stay back, something like that. She's like mixing the line as well between these flighted
Ab-
deliveries. Some of them are flatted trajectory as well. Look at that.
Absolutely. Noor Dania had no clue at all there. Excellent
Yeah,
bowling from
I s-
Winky.
yeah, you're right, Jay. And it happens to happen in the local games while we play during those days. And we have every single team has one unique bowler who throws the ball in the midair. The ball will come back. By the time the ball come back, you can have a tea and come back. you know that kind of a bowler we used to play those days. Trust me,
Or watch a
trust
Telugu movie as well.
yeah. Trust me, that guy will get easily 4 to 5 wickets every single game.
But that's the tactics. These days you find slower pitches where if a bowler is bowling faster, it goes onto the bat quite quickly and batter has no time to even think about whether ball will be going here or there. Just it's a proper timing and if it's a perfect timer, then they'll be getting runs. But as you mentioned, if the bowler is a bit slower on air and if they're trying to cut off the pace, which would be a very highly successful in these days.
And look at that. Marcelisa played excellent shot on the offside, single run taken, and the score is towards 100 now. It's 93 for 3 after 14th over is in progress, and it's a solid run rate they have.
Joylin Kaur, who picked up the first wicket in her first over, considered a lot in her second over. It would be a great opportunity for her. Great opportunity to come back and pick up a few wickets here because she's bowling a third over. I mean, Hong Kong, China requires a couple of wickets from now.
They badly need a wicket, and the ball goes straight to the hands of the fielder. And what a lovely catch at the deep! And this is called the umpire, the commentators wishing, blessing. I would say it goes towards Hong Kong, China, and they'll be really, really happy to see you commentate all through the innings.
Well, main player Mas Alisa has gone for 28 runs from 23 balls. Joylin Kaur did a trick again after first over, where her second over was very expensive, and now Mas Alisa, the main player who was getting a lot of runs for Malaysia, got out now. Ariana
Vijay,
Natasia will be coming into place.
Vijay, you trust me, you will be like playing a dual role today. One villain for Malaysia, one hero for Hong Kong, China. For telling that
Well,
they'll get a, they need a wicket, and they got a wicket.
well,
Hero for Hong Kong,
yeah,
China.
the thing is that I'm a neutral commentator. The point was, if you're talking about one particular team, I would say Hong Kong was lagging behind as far as taking up the wicket. And it's a very good opportunity for her, especially Joylin Kaur, to and pick up the wicket. And she has done the job. Skipper will be happy as far as Hong Kong, China is concerned. This is what cricket is all about. The balance
Jokes
should be
apart,
on.
jokes apart. Okay, that's a good call from you. And Jolene is a very successful bowler, and she deserves a wicket. The way she bowls, and she's a wicket taker. Look at the economy part, bit higher on the side, but at this moment they need wicket, and she got it. Oh my goodness, that was an easy ball to field, completely mashed by the Hong Kong China fielder, and one run easily taken by Ariana.
Ariana Natasia is also a very good player and busy player, in fact. She's running very well in between wickets.
Look at that while we're talking. The ball goes to wide and they can gonna score 2 runs. It's gonna be 3 runs extra, and the captain Natasha from Hong Kong, China is not happy at all for the bowler and also for the fielder.
Definitely, any extra would be very expensive affair as far as the bowling team is concerned because they have to come back while batting. They have to get those runs. It's not an easy thing.
Yes, when your bowler is bowling really well and get a wicket containing runs and giving 3 runs, it's gonna put you down, and especially the bowler. One mistake in T20, and you're gonna get the prize. And while we're talking, 14 overs done, just short of 3 runs, short of 100 runs, 97 for Malaysia's women. You're scoring really well today. They'll be expecting at least 50 runs from you.
Well, I believe Malaysia is missing out Van Julia. Probably if she was there in this 11, she could have gone as an opener. Probably she could have got a lot of runs. Van Julia is also known for playing attacking cricket as far as Malaysia is concerned.
That's a solid point mentioned by Vijay. Yes, one Julia, they're missing the service of one Julia here. Should be easily adding 20 to 30 runs by this time. And the wing key is going to continue our flighted deliveries. That's what happens when the bowler is flighting the ball too much than what you expect.
Well, Hong Kong, China is on a mission to pick up the wickets here. Wonderful delivery to pick up a wicket. Wicket taking ball, completely misread by the batter. No clue at all. Got stumped. Ariana Natasya, who's known for playing a busy role, got out very quickly. Malaysia women's squad are 97 for 5 in 14.2 overs. Winky, who bowled really well previous over, and we can see her, she's getting that result and the efforts which she has put in the past overs.
This is a very interesting roller coaster game we are witnessing here. Malaysia has been very good in the first 10, and the second 5 is completely dominated by the Hong Kong China team by picking up wickets in regular intervals that put the break for Malaysia to score runs.
Well, can they able to get one more wicket here? Hong Kong China. Already the damage has been done as far as Malaysia women's batting order is concerned.
And the ball is flighted one more time, full toss ball, straight away, sweep shot, 1 run for Noor Izzatul.
Well, I mean, if you would have watched a lot of cricket which happened in Malaysia, Sita Rana Magar from Nepal used to bowl a similar kind of line and length.
Oh, that's an interesting fact, Vijay. And whoever bowls that line, a bit scary. You should be very cautious to play against this kind of
Definitely,
bowling.
she used to, with those line of line and length, she used to get a lot of wickets. And Malaysian batters used to misread length particularly.
Tempting line, Vijay. And look at that. She's mixing it up really well. This is her second over, just 6 runs given, a wicket picked up, and very effective in the middle, actually. It's the 15th over in progress. One ball left. Good thing. 100 runs for Malaysia.
Well, there was out of control shot from Noor Dania where she couldn't able to lunge and play. She slipped down, but eventually picked up a single. So coming back to point of Sitarana Bagar, I mean, I was thinking then that probably if a batter is trying to get down the wicket and trying to convert those flighted delivery, I wouldn't call it as a full toss though. It was flighted delivery, but it was too slow. It was too high. In fact, probably if they can able to convert as a full toss by coming down the wicket, it can be powered to 6.
Another opportunity has been dropped, and that was a good effort, but didn't really get to hold to that to catch. Malaysia seems to be in Shaker here. Hong Kong is trying to play their trick. Malaysia losing 5 wicket. 103 on the board. Vijay, what do you think? How much score will they put for the Hong Kong to chase down?
To be fair and square, somewhere like about 130 is one.
Well, 130 will be a quite decent runs for the Malaysia. Oh, that's didn't really get to the pitch of the ball. Doesn't seem like. Well, I tell you, Vijay, Hong Kong, China bowler is playing very well. They are utilizing the conditions so well. If you notice, none of the bowlers giving pace on the ball, taking all the pace, flighted delivery, let the batter do the work, and this is so much workable for the Hong Kong China.
So come on, just before you entered to Combox, I was telling the same thing to Amin. Sita Rana Magar from Nepal used to bowl such a kind of a bit slower and flighted delivery, which used to be looking like a full toss, but it's not a full toss. Probably batter might be waiting to convert it as a full toss. Apparently, they get to that bowling.
Yes, indeed, I've seen her, Sitarana. she has been using that tricks as well, and you can see these tricks slower ball. Most of these batter is making their way to down to the ground where we've seen previous wicket. Ariana has lost her wicket, didn't really pick up the length of the ball, and also Mas Lisa, you see she has hit it, but didn't really much force on the bat to put that ball away out of the boundary, losing few catches. This is one of the example as well. You have to create a pace on the ball for yourself as a batter. But at the same time, you making sure you pick up the ball with the bounce, Vijay, is difficult. Such condition. But nevertheless, 16 over gone, 106 for 5.
Kamran, if I were a coach, what would I do is I would ask players to convert those slower flighted deliveries to full tosses. Just come down the wicket or maybe stand outside the crease. Probably if the wicket keeper is behind you, way behind you, not just behind you, way behind you, utilize that opportunity. Try to convert it as a full toss and just smash it. Usually the cricket basics is all about converting the full toss and trying to hit it out of the boundary to 6. That is what you have to do if full tosses are being bowled. But if these batters are trying to allow to make it as a flighted delivery, then they would be getting stuck for sure because the decision cannot be taken within few snap of seconds.
Yes, indeed. I think this is what I think that the David Watmore when he walks into the middle after on in during the drinks break. I'm sure he has been told that they are not giving any pace on the ball. What you need to do is to making sure to get to the bounce of the ball. What basically, Vijay, they are trying to get to the ball, but they're not being able to pick up the ball with the bounce. When you leaving the crease, dancing down, you make sure you get to the bounce of the ball, and this is why they are not been doing it. There you go, another example, another slow delivery, another catch straight away. That's another wicket. Malaysian continue losing their wicket.
Noor Izzatul is the next player getting out to that strategy what Hong Kong, China is coming up with. Winky picked up another wicket here. She's bowling really well in this match. She picked up a couple of wickets by just conceding 8 runs in 2.2 overs. Excellent bowling from her and good strategy, knowing the fact that Malaysia are struggling to play that flighted deliveries, which are a bit slower and confusing batters to go on for an attack. This is a good piece of bowling from Hong Kong to keep testing them, making batters to come down the wicket. But batters are trying to not come down, where they are trying to stand there and deliver, which is not working in their favor.
Well, Vijay, this has been the issue for all these players that have faced it. They were running the scoreboard so well at the start. Time the spinner has been introduced and the implement plan B has been implemented. There you go. Look at that delivery. That was the slowest delivery so far, I would say. Gone wide. So it's they are not getting to the bounce of it actually. Yep.
It's looking too ambitious actually.
Aina Natasha, the wicket keeper batter. He's also one of the promises and long member of the national player. Must be a lot high expectation. Just another 3.5 for or to be exact. Well, this is the thing they have to do it. When you don't really get into the bounce of the ball, you need to convert those to singles and doubles. And when you decided to come down to the bounce of the ball, you have to make sure you pick it up with the bounce. Which, if you notice, even they have the fielder on the boundary line, but they are not well on the boundary line. They are 45 yards, which they know that they're not gonna give a pace on the ball. So that's the conclusion for 17 over 112 for 6.
Come on, earlier, Amin was asking me what would be the decent score on board. I was telling it would be like about 130 runs. We have just 3 more overs left and 18 runs in this modern form of cricket, T20. It's highly gettable one. And what would your projected score would be by end of the 20 overs?
Looking at a scoreboard and the condition, I'm yeah, they can go to 130. It's pretty easy if they even go to the 6 runs per over. But the question is, will they get 6 or more than this in over? Since the pacer has been introduced, it's possible.
Smart cricket from Malaysia, where they couldn't be able to get boundaries, but still they are trying to tick the boxes by picking up the single. Good sign.
Down the line, and that's a freebie. It's surely going for the boundary, and that's a welcome boundary for Malaysia. Much more needed boundary. They are marching up to 130, which seems possible for now with this boundary.
Absolutely, Kamran. The two batters who are experienced so far in international cricket are in the center trying to make sure that Malaysia is getting fair, decent total, and it'll help out their bowlers to restrict that total and win this match.
And that shouldn't be happen. A boundary and then the dot ball is not the favorite things to do when especially comes to the end of the over. Those dot balls has to convert to singles.
Well, I would say batter didn't connect the ball at all.
Oh, that's been hammered, but protection is there. Will be able to. Oh, will they get in trouble? Oh, that seems to be close. Empire out. He says that she home safely.
Well, it was looking like as if she was in. The point was this little bit of comedy of error which happened again. Probably Hong Kong fielding should be improvised. That can save a few runs. Definitely these twos can be restricted to 1 and 2 runs. 3 runs which are taken in the earlier part could have been like a 1 or 2 runs for sure.
Oh, that's cleaner up. It's a wild swing. It was an early swing from her, but nevertheless they get her. Look at that, Vijay.
Much required wicket for Hong Kong. China, clean bowl. Batter didn't read the ball at all. Simply swung the bat and got dismissed. PB got her first wicket of the match. Excellent comeback from her after conceding a boundary, getting a dot ball. And the 2 runs, I wouldn't blame her. It was bad fielding, in fact. But now she picked up a wicket, which is very important. Dhanushri is a new batter who would be replacing
Well done,
Malaysia.
Usri.
Malaysia are 119 for 7.
Well done, Usri is also well capable. She can hit, she can hammer, and I think this is the opportunity for her to show her class. She has been very impactful at this stage of the game. Must be a lot of hope, and she must be trying her best to do the best for the team. Well, looking at the Baby Mariam action, Vijay, she's going way wider. The front foot goes so sideways and just banging down with the shoulder. And she's still been able to put that ball into the line. Credit goes to Bibi. Not a bad over for the Hong Kong. Malaysia, after 18 over, 119 for 7.
In fact, 7 runs from the over, especially the death over, is much better, including a wicket which she got. But the point is that perhaps the fielding was good for Hong Kong China. I'm sure that there would have been a lot of runs which could have been restricted. At least I would say like about 15 to 20 runs from this innings, what Hong Kong China could have restricted. They have to work on certain areas as far as fielding is concerned. And also the catches which were coming just short of the fielder, probably they could go for a run and go for a catch as well. There's a high possibility of getting a wicket over there. It requires just a little bit of commitment from the fielder.
Well, Vijay, the fun fact is, if you notice, most of the games team won by just by good fielding, good catches, and some disciplined bowling. Let me tell you, mostly game been won just by a few runs, not a big margin. Very rarely you win the game by big margin, and those few runs it comes when you realize that, oh, we missed the field there, it ball fumbled here, or you miss it there, and that's another boundary running so quickly. Would it be cut it off? And that's jersey number 17. Chan has to give a good chase.
Absolutely, this kind of fielding commitment is what required as far as Hong Kong China is concerned. It was good to see they were cutting off and saving a run. This is what I was talking about earlier as well, Kamran.
That's another wicket, and that's a well setter batter. No Danya is just giving a freebie. Look at that widget.
It was a soft dismissal of Noor Dania's wicket. She hit the ball straight in the hand of the fielder. Thank you, says the fielder. It was an easy grab for her. Malaysia lost the 8th wicket. Probably if Noor Dania was there, they could have made sure 130 was easily gettable one. But now they have to fight back hard to make sure that this 130 is achievable one.
Well, no Danya tried to go cross and try to hit to the mid wicket area, and it slash it away straight to the point fielder. Make no mistake, easy grip. Youngster Drina Bay has come to the middle with some responsibility.
Well, there are a lot of actions happening here in BAYUEMAS Oval. Short pitch ball, wider length. Keeper couldn't be able to stop it. Fielder also couldn't be able to chase down. Batter didn't correct the ball at all. Kamran, 1 ball, 10 actions which we saw right now.
Well, indeed, yes, that's what it says. You miss, we miss too. This time, inside edge, running quickly toward the boundary. Ball has a mercy for the Hong Kong China, just taking 2 runs. Oh, that's make it. They make it 3. What a running! What a running!
Absolutely.
They do.
Absolutely. Malaysia batters are really running well in the face of running between wickets. We should appreciate that point for sure. And this is making really a tough time for Hong Kong China. They have to be too quick and on the field, otherwise it's not easy for them to restrict the score to the plan what they have. They can't leak the runs in this way, knowing the factor that Malaysia are too good in running between wickets. They have to improvise the fielding. Still, 3 more matches left out, excluding this. So they have to work on the fielding.
Oh, that has been hit so well. Protection is there, looking for 2, but Danusri doesn't show interest. And that's 1 run away from 130. Vijay, they seems to make it so easy for them. Anything above than this will be the cherry on the cake.
Good shot from Tanushri. 131 runs on the board, so they have crossed the mark of 130 runs, which we were talking about. Now, anything they have to go is to go beyond 140 runs.
Yes, they are trying. Where the Nusri try to pull it towards the waking area. Been able to take runs. Ball is not really. Whenever you are not putting the pace on the ball in this particular surface, it will stay low. So you, as a batter, try to make sure when there is no pace on the ball, stay a little low so you can get the ball with the ground. It's where you get the elevation. Quick delivery. And it's a welcome boundary.
Iroina is a lucky player at this point of time. There was an outside edge, thick edge, in fact. It went into the gap between the keeper and shortest third man is what we've been calling, whatever the position could be. Bisecting those two fielders and going to the boundary is a lucky thing. Malaysia should look forward to take this to 140 runs. It's a very good opportunity for them.
Well, I don't really understand. Oh, that's running chance, and oh, that's misthrow, misfielding. Everything is happening here at the last few overs in BAYUEMAS over. Well, I don't really understand the previous two deliveries from Baichan. They know that slowest delivery is working for them. She put two balls in this over. One went to the boundary, another went straight, and that cost her. Why would you do that if the slowest one is working for you so well?
Well, seems to be like there was a catch drop. Unfortunate scenario for Hong Kong, China, where they missed out a lot of opportunities on field, whether it was catches or even the runouts. They could have capitalized those runouts, and this probably I don't think the score would have gone to 139 for 8. They could have restricted much short of that. There's an innings break. We'll be shortly back to watch Hong Kong women's team batting. Stay tuned. Welcome back to live action. The first bilateral match between Malaysia women's team versus Hong Kong China women's team. We are watching live from BAYUEMAS Oval in Malaysia. Malaysia batted first. They were really good in terms of batting. First ball, well played by Hong Kong batter to play the pull shot. We have co-commentator Amin with us.
Hi Vijay, what a game we had. So at one stage, Malaysia looked like they can score 160, 70 runs, but a very good comeback from Hong Kong, China to keep the things under control. And 139 to chase, 139 and to win this game, 140 to win, but they scored 1 run. It's a fantastic comeback. What do you think?
Absolutely fabulous comeback by Malaysia women's team. But talking about now, the previous delivery, which was bowled by Aina Hamiza, what a good in swinging ball, which surprised Shanzin, the batter from Hong Kong, China. Very good bowling from Aina Hamiza. It reminds me of 99 World Cup Neil Johnson, the way he came, used to come for opening batting and used to bowl opening as well for Zimbabwe.
Yes, you're right. And also from Manoj Prabhakar from India, who can bowl and bat.
True that. So
When
Malaysia
you
is,
when we
yeah,
talk about Manoj Prabhakar, I still remember 1996 World Cup, whereas Azharuddin asked Prabhakar to bowl spin against Jayasuriya.
he is a one man who can bowl anything. In swinger, out swinger, cutters.
Even leg spin, off spin.
Thank God he didn't bowl left arm spin. As we were talking about bowling, Aina Hamiza started off her fourth delivery with wide. So first extra run comes into the account of Malaysia. They have to be very cautious here not to bowl any kind of extras because extras could be a costly affair in the further part of the game. Shanzin is on strike.
A very good sharp throw, almost a run out here. Lucky escape for Shanzin. A very sharp fielding from Malaysian fielders.
Well, I'm surprised to see a mix up over there. Little bit of miscommunication between these two batters, Shanzin and Natasha.
Look at that. An attempted sweep shot against the premium medium pace bowler from Malaysia women's team, Shanzin. That was a good try. Ended up a wide. 3 runs on board for Hong Kong, China.
Well, I mean, we were talking about whites while Hong Kong women's team was bowling. Hong Kong China women's team were contagious with whites sometimes.
Whites play a key role in a T20 game. Need to have control over the extras. Otherwise, it's very difficult to defend a target.
Well, there was an outside edge the previous ball, and somehow Shanzin took the first run, which is a good thing for her to release the pressure what she has.
Fantastic bowling by Aina Hamis. The ball comes in all the time from a good length. Always ask the batter to drive, to defend, but not going for a big shot. And with that, 4 runs on the board for Hong Kong, China after first over.
I mean, it was really a good over from Aina Hamiza if you look into analytical part because it was a couple of whites. Forget about those whites, but if you look into the number of dot balls which she bowled, it was four and just conceded two singles. So it was really good bowling. What she probably has to do is she has to focus on line and length rather than trying to experiment, which is currently not required for Malaysia women's side.
It's a fantastic bowling. You're right on the money, and just two wides, but given just 2 runs from the blade. And a fantastic shot played by Shanzin. One more sweep shot that passes the boundary line for a boundary. Hong Kong, China scored the first boundary through Shanzin's bat.
Excellent batting from Shanzin, well timed and swept a fast bowler, which is a good sign for Hong Kong China women's team that these two batters are on a good nick. Already we have seen Malaysia women's team. The opening pair went well. Hong Kong China has to look into the similar kind of fashion to start off the power play.
That's a good bowling from Aisha Elisa after giving that boundary through the wrong line. Now she came back and bowled the perfect line and ended up a dot ball. Good one.
I mean, it would be interesting to see Mahira Izzati how she'll be performing on this pitch.
The ball goes up on the leg side, landing on the no man's land. That gets 2 runs for Hong Kong China. Again, a wrong line, I would say, from Aisha. Should be outside the off stump, a better line. All the fielders standing on the offside to protect the singles.
That's a very good shot from Shanzin. She opened up well. She played to the credit of the ball, timed very well as well. Already we have seen the way she swept the ball, and now to square region.
A good comeback from Aisha while we're talking. The ball in swinging ball from a length came back, played straight forward, no timing this time, ended up a dot ball. Again, the ball comes in, easy pickings for Shanzin. Very positive mindset that gets her another run. So 11 on the board at the end of almost the second over.
So coming back to question, I mean, Mahira Izzati is a key bowler for Malaysia women's side. It would be interesting to see what kind of delivery she has to pick up these wickets.
So she's a very good prospect for Malaysia. Looking forward to her bowling today. End of the second over, 11 runs on the board for Hong Kong China.
All what Malaysia has to do is to bowl simple line and length, outside off stump, good length ball, and try to bowl with the bounce what this pitch can able to extract. No need of doing anything which is mischievous. If you're trying to bowl short pitch ball, it can be dispatched to the boundaries. Probably if you're trying to bowl uncontrollable in swingers, it could be wide on leg side. Or probably out swingers, if it's uncontrollable, it could be wide on offside region. This time Aina Hamiza was lucky enough where it has not gone to the wide. That's the first wicket for Malaysia team. Hong Kong lost the first wicket here. What a comeback for Aina Hamiza. Look at that. Leg stump cleared. Batter had no clue at all. Didn't go to the line of the ball. Completely deceived by the bowler. Aina Hamiza stood tall. I mean, after Chan doing well with the ball, now the responsibility has been shifted to batting as she's coming into play to replace the previous dismissed batter.
Actually, adding to your point, Chan is uh, ex-captain. She was used to captain Hong Kong, and even in this tournament, just it's handed over to Natasha. She was the captain, so she's a responsible and the top quality all-rounder from Hong Kong, China. Got all the potential to chase this target. Chan is a really, really good player to watch out.
A right-hander has been replaced by the left-hander Chan. It would be interesting tactics to see how Malaysian women's team would be bowling to a left-handed, and there's a combination as well, right and left. The field set has to be changed for every ball when the single has been taken.
Straightforward, on the money, very positive footwork from Chan after the wicket, played straight to the covers. Timing was fantastic. She looks like she's in touch.
So far, so good from Aina Hamiza. She bowled 3 balls and 2 dot balls out of it and a wicket as well.
Nicely played behind the points. Single taken off the mark, Chan.
Malaysia would be happy as far as this proceeding is concerned, especially the third over, where they got a breakthrough as well. This could be a massive turning point for them if they can able to pick up one more wicket here.
Very nicely played by Natasha Taro, the captain of Hong Kong, China, staying there. It's very early in the game, like it's under the power play, and she's just checking. Asking for an appeal, looks like an out. A massive shout from the champion bowler. Umpire is not interested, probably slightly down the leg, I believe.
It could be the height factor as well. That's what I personally believe. There's a bit of bounce which I've seen from Aina Hamiza. So by end of 3 overs, Hong Kong, China women's team are 12 for 1. Both key players for Hong Kong, Chan and Natasha Tara, are in the center. And with the right and left combination, it might be a bit challenging for Malaysia. Unless and until they can able to pick up this wicket and break this partnership, it would make them to feel comfortable for next couple of overs. Halfway through, as far as power play is concerned, I'm sure that Malaysia women's team would be expecting a couple of wickets from here.
On the other side, Hong Kong, China would be looking to use the power play to score as many runs. Well left, which is you hardly see in T20s. A well left from a batter.
Well, I would say it was a much better decision to do so rather than to go for a half committed shot, which can potentially lose a main wicket for Hong Kong China women's team.
This is one of the finest shot in the afternoon. That ball races towards a boundary. Not sure it's a boundary or not. The umpire waiting for umpire signal. A couple of runs taken between, and umpire is not signaling a boundary here. So it's a very good fielding at the end.
Very good fielding commitment from Malaysia team. This is what they will be looking forward to. They have to save each and every run. It's not easy to restrict them to the total what they have put up because the Hong Kong China women's team has a very strong and formidable batting unit.
I must say that Chan has a wonderful timing in the batting. Whenever she plays the shots, that the ball just races towards the fielder or the boundary. She's very good.
sensible cricket all around from both of these teams. Hong Kong, China women's team are not giving away the wicket. They are playing to the credit of the ball. Likewise, Malaysia is also trying to bowl well with the dot balls and create the pressure.
A well left and a defensive shot. Two things happened in this game, in this over, especially.
And I mean, I think you're feeling like it's a test match when you see a well left ball and a defense in the T20 format.
Yeah, hardly you see these things unless a situation arises. But okay, that's her strength. She knows her strength. She can come back. She'll target her own bowlers. That is the that is a trend actually. It's not that you need to blast each and every single ball. You can choose your bowlers and hit.
And I guess you love to see doom dum cricket, shots all over the park, sixes and fours.
Honestly speaking, I learned cricket properly and played all the proper cricketing shots in my teen days. But now I just prefer to the shorter format should be like full of excitement. I like that.
Well, one more wide here. Wide's a bit concerning for Malaysia women's team. They should try to restrict that. There's a highly positive risk for Malaysia to one wide leads to another.
Wonderfully driven to long to short mid off and easy single taken for Natasha Tara, the captain, along with Chan. 17 for 1 Hong Kong China after 4 overs, just 2 overs left in the power play.
Well, it's a positive proceedings for Hong Kong China women team. Although the runs are a bit lesser comparing with the run rate, and asking run rate is 7.69. Yet they are playing some sensible cricket which we are watching for last 4 overs. If they can able to continue, I'm sure that they can get back to the rhythm.
It's going to be an interesting game, that's for sure, Vijay, because the asking rate is keep getting higher, and these two batters looks promising for me. Chan and Natasha, they both are good. They're just waiting for the moment actually.
Talking about Chan, she really bowled well. While Malaysia were batting, they were really struggling to get a liner length. Her spin was top notch.
The coaching point of view, you notice something in this shot. The back foot went towards the middle stump rather than outside the off stump. That's why she just missed the line actually.
Well, cricket has become a fast moving game, so players expect that to stand and deliver. Sometimes it can, sometimes it may not even work. So it might be risky. It's always better to play line of the ball.
You're supposed to move your back foot towards off stump or at least closer to the off stump, and that will add value to your shot. But sometimes, if you're very confident, you can stand and deliver. Yeah, like Shewak, he doesn't move his feet much, but still connects the ball.
Those are gifted batters, by the way.
And the current set of T20 players, even they don't move their feet much, but they stand and deliver. They connect the ball really well. They focus on hitting, they focus on the hip movement, the swirlings, all these things.
At least you need to watch the ball for that.
I would say, I would say this is a masterpiece, masterclass bowling from Aina Hamiza. She cramped the offside with fielders, almost like 5 of them standing closer to each other, making and putting pressure on Chan. He has no clue where to hit the ball. And that's a catch dropped. An interesting one. Very good effort, but catchable, I would say. Going straight to the hands of the fielder. Missed chance. Chan has her luck today.
Irrespective of luck or not, it's a catch which should have been taken by Malaysia women's team. This could have been a turning point for them, but it was very unfortunate situation. After bowling excellent over by Aina Hamiza, this catch drop would be very disappointing indeed. So Malaysia would be thinking twice or thrice that whether they lost a fortune rate here. Hong Kong are 18 for 1 in 5 overs. Change in commentary box. Kamran is in. Well, there's a boundary here for Hong Kong. China's team was well hit on the long off region. And a boundary will definitely make sure that the table will be turned around. There seems to be looking like a little bit injury concern for Aisha Elisa. Probably she might have tried to stop the ball with a foot.
Medical assistance required, and I think the magic spray will do the magic. She be okay, I hope. Well, very hot and humid
Yeah.
here outside.
Definitely, Kamran. These players are really fit, super fit. We've already seen them converting singles to doubles and doubles to triples. I haven't watched much of the doubles to triples off late, but it's a very good sign. You know how athletic these girls are. I'm sure that she'll be getting back on her feet.
Definitely, and she does back on the feet. She's a fine, strong athlete. She is that character. All good for now. All they need is a bit of refreshment. At the moment, 5.1 over, 22 runs on the board. Hong Kong losing their first wicket. Seems like Hong Kong is taking the task slow and steady. They want to hold up there, try to build a partnership, try to understand the surface and the behavior of the ball, where Malaysia is trying to hold it tight.
What a running between wickets. Again, by Hong Kong. China women's team, we are witnessing here. Both of these teams are hunger to score runs. What a comeback from Aisa Alisa. Considered a boundary and struck with the ball on her feet where she was down for some time. There was a bit concern in the team whether she got injured. Now she's back on her feet.
There's another run between the wicket. It's a very late call, but still they managed to get home safely. There was a chance in the previous over, Vijay, where it goes to the point. Ariana Natasha got late on it. Otherwise, it could be another wicket for the Malaysia. And a breakthrough required here. Thick outside edged. Calls them a run. Very hot and humid here in the biomass over. Talking about these athletes is definitely a fit. And it's not an easy job to run ups and down and pushing. That's bang on it. That's a very good stop there. Really good stop there.
Hong Kong, China requires 115 runs from 14.4 overs. Required run rate is 8.12. Required run rate is climbing up the hill. But still, it's not necessary for them to get concerned and lose their wickets by playing some cheap shots.
Talking about playing cheap shot is opportunity. Oh, it's another drop. Another drop. And this one is no, Danya. You can't expect this from her. She is one of the safe pair of hands here.
What is going around here? I'm completely surprised to see a couple of opportunities which have been dropped for the last 2 overs. It should have been taken. A batter would have gone back, and that could have changed the whole format of the game. Unfortunately, these two batters are still there, and 6 overs up by end of the power play. Hong Kong, China women's team are 26+1.
Well, catches win the matches. 2 easy catches been dropped. This was a lollipop catch. Should have been taken. The players that these two standing here try to making some ground for themselves to get stability. Well, Nurania has been introduced.
Sensible cricket from Hong Kong, China women's team. After the power play, we don't see any kind of urgency from them. They're trying to rotate the strikes. All they have to do is not to give for the cheap shots. They were fortunate enough for a couple of times, but that luck cannot be continued forever. They have to be cautious while playing and going for a good shot selection.
They are trying to make their way out of this. They're looking. Oh, this is something not happening. The throw has not been good. It has to be a better one. It's a good expectation from Ariana. She has been spot in a very important area. The point. She should be a little bit more quicker.
Well, sometimes what will happen is, Kamran, when you have two batters in the center, one is a right-hander, another is a left-hander, it's not easy for the fielders to keep swapping to both ends. And captain also will be struggling to place fielders accordingly. And as far as the bowler is concerned, very difficult to bowl the lines.
Yes, indeed. Malaysia seems to lose their grip on the game, and they have to realize this now. They have been dropping catches, misfielding, giving easy singles, ball going straight to the hand, and they have been able to take singles. They shouldn't be happen. They make it tough for the Hong Kong.
At least for the sake of breaking this partnership, especially the right and left combination, should have been a prior ideology for Malaysia.
Yes, indeed, they're trying their luck. They're trying to rotate the bowler. We've seen it in first power play. And they also introduced Nordania, but bowler are doing their job, creating opportunity. The fielding has to be better. Drop catches, misfielding, easy giving runs. It has to be a better. Well, 7 overs gone, 33 of 1.
The best part of this pitch is still there's a purchase in the wicket. If you're bowling really well, definitely there's a possibility of picking up a wicket. There should be a good backup from the fielders by catching well and trying to protect the singles and not throwing the overthrows or misfield anywhere in between. Then there's a high possibility Mahira Izati will be introduced into attack. It would be interesting to see what she's going to do here in this match.
It's a really good start for Mahira. She is a believer. She does believe on her bowling skill ability. She is staying positive. She's always provide those breakthrough. She's always in the game, and she must be trying to get the breakthrough for Malaysia, which much needed at the moment here.
Another danger thing from Mahira Izati is if she's not picking up a wicket, she'll be bowling continuous dot balls, which would be a highly pressure situation for batters to go against her bowling for a mistaken shot. That would again cause a wicket for her or other bowler who's bowling from different angle.
Yes, indeed, and as you can see, Mahira is playing smartly here. She's doing the same strategy where the Hong Kong bowler were used to did it in the first inning against Malaysia. She's not really trying to put pace on the ball. She's asking the batter to make it work for themselves. That's a smart move by the Mahira. Good over
So
so
far, so
far.
good from Mahira.
Yes, Vijay, yeah. That seems to be online, and that's Empire call. Very good ball. That's got some turn on it. And with that beautiful ball, Mahira end up the first over, giving 2 runs. 8 over gone, 35 for 1.
Kamran, have you noticed that there's so much of turn on this pitch? Chan and Kaur got a good amount of turn on this pitch. If Mahira Izati can able to gain confidence and if she continuously bowls with her strength, I'm sure that she can able to produce good amount of turn and pick up a couple of wickets at least in the next couple of overs.
Yes, Vijay, this is always has been the case when the first game we see there is no turn. Even the bowler was way capable to turn the ball, but they did not get any much turn. But when it's come to the second half of the day, there is always a turn offer for this particular surface. When you only get turn, Vijay, when you are trying to release the ball in the air. That's where you are looking for turn. That's where you getting turn. When you're putting the ball, look at that Noor Dania. She's not really looking for the turn. She's trying to keep the ball a bit straighter, a bit quicker to stump, where Mahira does different thing. She's more believer on the turn, keep it pace away. That's two different caliber bowler from different sides. So yes, there is a turn when you are starting to believe.
Definitely, Noor Dania is all about arm ball bowler. You see most of the balls which she bowls would be arm ball.
But when the surface does give you liability to, oh, that comes cheeky. It didn't really work for a straight to the hand. When the surface give you this surety that if you try me and try to get the turn on me, I'll gonna give you some turn. Where Mahira does the turn on the last ball of her over, that's freebie. That's freebie, but lucky she get through with it. Just one run.
An excellent over from Noor Dania, where she conceded just 2 runs in the second over. So by end of the 9 overs, Hong Kong China women's team are 37 for 1. Captain Natasha Tara is still there alongside experienced campaigner Chan. The partnership is slowly and steadily building up for Hong Kong China women's team. Hong Kong China women's team requires 1 or 3 runs from 11 overs. So Kamran, if you're a captain of the team, alongside with Mahira Izzati, will you be continuing Noor Dania or will you be changing the attack from other end?
Well, I will continue so because she's doing well at the moment. So why not? Unless or until she are causing the boundary or not really being able to put these better silent, I'll try to look for another alternate bowler. But at the moment, I'll go with these two guns.
I agree with your point because last over where she conceded just 2 runs, so she was good.
Well, Vijay, this is a good disciplined bowling by these two. Yes, you as a bowler wouldn't want to give a freebie, where I tend to see more often Mahira is a very different bowler compared to Noor Dania. Now, Noor Dania has been bowling regularly. Let me tell you this, where Mahira doesn't do much often. But I often see that Noor Dania tend to give 1 or 2 very easy ball in over, which she has to work a lot on that. Oh, that's better. That's better delivery. Pace on it. Surprising the batter.
All of a sudden, Hong Kong China's run flow has come down to a massive extent.
And the credit goes to those bowlers, even though a bit heartbroken. Some drop catches. The bowler doesn't let their head down, back themselves up, and try to believe on themselves. Mahira is doing so well at the moment. 4 balls, 2 runs been given so far. Great bowling so far. Dot one dot one dot. Let's see what she end up. Chance of the run out. Keeper side could be the better option, and this seems to be the 10 over done. 40 runs on the board, losing their 1 wicket, and it's time for refreshment. We will catch you shortly. Do not go away.
runs and over.
Well, I mean, there are a couple of catch drops, quite expensive as far as Malaysia's point of view. They could have caught those catches. I'm sure that by now the game face would have been completely different. You say catches wins the matches. Unfortunately, two catches were being dropped back to back overs.
What a lovely. That's true, Vijay. Catches win matches. I agree to that. And see, if they would have not scored 139, things would have been much worse. Now it's 10 overs, only 40 runs on the board. This is a quite a daunting task. 10.17 required, and Hong Kong, China. I think they would have definitely discussed what to do next. We can expect some aggressive shots. The ball goes up and it goes straight to the hands of. Oh my goodness! That one was dropped. That one was dropped. A lollipop. Catches win matches. This is adding one more to the table.
It seems to be looking like this is mounting up as far as concerned. Catches are not getting easy into the hands of the fielder. Surprised to see third catch has been dropped. This could have been a massive life for these two batters who are in the center. They could have changed the pace of the game, but unfortunately, this is not happening for Malaysia's women team at all.
Oh, yeah, that's true, Vijay. And look at that. When you keep missing the chances, and you know what, that gives confidence to the batter who's batting now. They'll talk to themselves. See, I have another chance. I need to prove something, and they'll be very aggressive.
Well, singles are coming up in Hong Kong. They have to go for the bigger shots at this time because they already crossed half of the mark as far as the number of overs are concerned.
11 overs done, 45 for one. Mahira bowled excellently well. 5 runs only given in just 2 overs.
Mahira Izati bowled so far well. She bowled 2 overs and considered just 5 runs, but she was wicketless. I'm sure she could have got a wicket, but it was very unfortunate for her that catches were being dropped. This change of bowling again for Malaysia women's team. It's high time for Malaysia women's team to pick up a wicket here. Otherwise, it would be very difficult for them to come back to the game. Already they lost 3 great opportunities. Well, from Hong Kong women's team, they scored 45 runs and lost just a wicket. But they took such a long time to score those runs. They required 95 runs from 9 overs. Required run is 10.56. Now it's time for them to flex the muscles and go for the bigger shots. Well driven by Natasha. Just a single. Very good fielding.
Looks like a run out, but not. It's almost reached. A little slower from the fielder. Would have been a run out if she approached the ball a bit earlier than what she did.
Dhanushri is a new bowler. Already start off with the first ball, consider a run. She'll be facing the music of these two combined batters like right and left combination. Well, this time she got a wicket. No mistake done by the fielder. And a very good catch. Finally, Malaysia stuck with the second wicket. Dhanushi came up with a full toss delivery and the catch has been taken
And,
after three catch drops. This is a wonderful comeback for Malaysian women's team.
and
Chan,
Dhanushri would be having her heart in her mouth situation. The ball was on air.
by the way, there was a bit of fumble as well. There was a bit of juggling which happened in between.
All the catches and nightmares for the bowlers to watch that they keep missing it. And Dhanushri finally relieved to see the fielders catching the ball.
She'll be celebrating all the festivals together.
And Hong Kong, by this time they would have lost almost 5 wickets today. The way they played today, just ended up with just 2 wickets. They must thank the Malaysian fielders today.
Finally, the partnership has been broken. BB will be the new batter, will be replacing Chan. Dhanushri's change of attack worked out well for Malaysia women's team.
Tanushri is playing for a state team, Slangor, and she's one of the top performer, or rather, I would say she's a very consistent performer for Slangor, and a medium pace bowler and a very good bat.
BB, the new batter, is taking some time to get adjusted to play her first ball.
Looks like one more wicket for Dhanushri, adding salt in the wounds.
Look at that ball, slightly swung into the batter. BB had no clue at all, completely misjudged the ball. She was knocked off. Wonderful comeback for Malaysia women's team. Dhanushri picked up back-to-back wickets. She's on a hat trick. Can she able to get a hat trick? It would be interesting to see. There were a lot of chances which went vain earlier. Now Dhanushri is creating opportunities for Malaysia women team. Maybe this could be a massive opportunity for Malaysia to grab it and make sure that they are sealing this match in a very high note.
It's going to be an interesting ball for Dhanushri. Let's see what she's going to do. Maybe a stump to stump attack because she's that kind of a bowler. She'll be looking to get the LBW or bold. Let's see.
Well, she missed a hat trick. She would be a little bit disappointed about it. It seems to be looking like she's okay with that. Maybe there could have been a big cheer before she bowled the ball. Maybe she would have thought about the hat trick. That was a wonderful over so far from him for her. If you look at the last four balls, two consecutive wickets and two consecutive dot balls. Very impressive bowling from Dhanushri. Well, what's going on there?
This is a
Yasmin was
fantastic.
trying to go for a cheeky shot, I mean.
Yes, 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 yes. Interesting one. And what an over, productive over from Dhanushri here. This is a crucial over. She changed the table in a fraction of a second.
Hong Kong's China women's team require 94 runs from 8 overs. Asking run rate is growing up to Everest high. 11.75 is what is required for them per over. Ariana Natasha will be bowling. Good to bring in a left arm spinner for a change. After we saw a couple of right arm spinners, left arm spinner may do a wonder, especially where a new batter is playing as a right handed batter. It would be challenging for her to face that angle.
Good point, Vijay. But what I presume, or what I think is this is their Malaysia is already in a stronger position, so they don't have to do anything uh, maybe like impactful. So they're giving chances to the bowlers to practice.
I still believe it's one of the strategies because a new batter, right handed batter, who's in.
The ball went almost close to the fielder, not able to reach her hand. So a very good try, I would say, from Natasha. She's still hanging there and giving her best. 34 of 21 would have been much better. Let's see.
Well, completely beaten by Natasha. Left arm spinner would be a very, very handy indeed in this kind of a pitch. Very good option to bring in Ariana Natasha.
The quality of cricket played by Malaysia women's team is extraordinary today because it's like super dominant show. They batted really well, scored 139, and in the bowling, the pace bowling department, spin bowling, everyone is chipping in, contributing, and not allowing the opponent to score anything extra.
There
Easy
was a slight
runs.
risk.
Mhm.
Well, I would like to add a point here, Amin. There was a slight risk taken by the batter Natasha Tara, but yet she executed well. You were giving credits to the fielding team, which is apparently correct, but the fielding has been really a big fumble throughout this game. Three catches have been dropped, misfields, and a kind of fumbles will really kill the morale of the bowling side.
No, that's a certain one, and out of three departments, they went down in the fielding department. No doubt about that. But one thing which is bothering about Hong Kong China's team is even after missing all those catches and misfields, they managed to score only 52. Look at that. They need 12.88 runs required. And that shows something worrisome about Hong Kong China team.
Dhanushri, after bowling excellent first over, coming back for second over, start off by conceding one run, and now the dot ball. Maybe she could be a player of the match with a ball with such a kind of performance.
Wonderful bowling by Dhanushri again. The ball is still staying inside the circle, not allowing the batter to score anything freely. They are completely strangling and dominating Hong Kong China.
Very wise decision by Winifred, Malaysia women's skipper, to bring a left arm spinner to continue Dhanushri, to have Mahira Izati at right time.
Easy single for Natasha here. She's still hanging there, not giving up. The match is going towards the hands of Malaysia easily. It's one-sided now. I would say 80-20. A big swing of the bat. The ball goes straight to the mid-wicket zone for a single, and that's a pretty solid over. She's containing runs, picked up 2 wickets. Fantastic performance from Dhanushri.
Tanushree has best bowling in T20 internationals, 3 wickets for conceding 5 runs, 3 for 5. It's a very good opportunity for her to break that shackle.
Fantastic fielding at the point fielding side. Excellent one by the fielder. It's a very good performance, very good record hold by Dhanushri here. So that's 5 runs, picking up 3 wickets. Excellent, excellent number. Thank you for sharing that, Vijay. And 56 for 3 after 14 overs. They have exactly 6 overs left, and they need to score at least 14 runs in an over to win this game.
I mean, earlier we were discussing about defensive way of cricket, which would be a massive setback for rest of the game. The same thing is happening again. Look at the required run rate. It has boomed to 14.
Every singles, every dot balls will put the required run rate easily to one more, maybe 15, maybe 16 every end of the over. If you're not scoring boundaries and sixes, it's going to be too difficult to chase the runs.
Hong Kong, China women's team have to perform to the next level of the game. They can't afford to play this kind of a game.
A sweep shot played to the mid wicket, looking for a couple of runs, but settled with one. Yasmin,
Ariana Natasha has her best bowling in T20 internationals of 3 for 25.
a very good shot played between mid wicket and long on. Another single, and this is not going to trouble Malaysia women's team at any cost.
I'm surprised to see these batters couldn't be able to capitalize that short pitch ball. It was completely short pitched. It could have been utilized to their best.
Down the crease, no power behind the ball, and only one taken by Hong Kong, China, and they are totally dried up their boundary scoring.
Now required run rate has gone to 15. It's getting piled up. Hong Kong, China women's team have to make sure that they are getting a boundary from each over.
Playing singles doesn't make any progress for Hong Kong, China, and Malaysia women's cricket team doing very good job containing the opponents, not giving any extras, any boundaries. Down the crease, 1 run to long on is been repeated scene we've been seeing since the first ball. And while Ariana is ball with that ball completed a second over, leaving just 11 runs to the opponent in the 2 overs, 62 for 3, end of 15 overs. There is a change in commentary. Kamran will join us.
Hong Kong's China's women's team required 78 runs from 5 overs. Kamran asking run rate is 15.60. It's almost 16. What should be the next thing which Hong Kong's China should make up? I believe it would be better to go on with at least one boundary per over. If not one, even two would be very warm and welcoming for them. But they can't afford to go with the singles.
Well, Vijay, the score is bundling up for the Hong Kong China as required run rate is goes almost 16 runs, and this seems difficult. Not to say impossible, but it's difficult at the moment for the Hong Kong China. The way the Malaysian bowler has gripping up the game, bowling well. Yet, yes, this feeling has not been up to the mark, but the bowler is doing great job here. Chase on. Ariana will give a chase, and that's a good slide there. Saving couple of runs for the team. Marcelisa seems to have a very short run up this time.
Before talking about Marcelisa, excellent fielding out there. This is what we were talking about. Fumbles, misfields, and the one which we saw last ball was excellent. And these wides are really contagious stuff. As it comes, it keeps carrying more and more with them. Marcelisa, vice captain of the team, should be focusing on picking up a wicket to break this partnership.
Yes, indeed, she is. But from the look of it, taking a short run up, just try to keep that finishing her overs. Seems like she have a hamstring on her right foot. Not really comfortable. Cut it away. And Aina Hamida cut it out for a just allowing single. The single would not really help the Hong Kong China, where the score is mounting up, goes to above 16 runs per over. As you mentioned, a boundary an over or two will be the only one way to chase down this.
Well, Kamran, this is becoming more and more difficult for Hong Kong China women's team because not even a single boundary at the moment. They require at least a couple of boundaries to make sure that they are on this game. Because that moment where single boundary was long time before, but now they have already played dot balls and singles for last 3-4 overs.
Well, Vijay, I can see a different vibes and a different body language in these girls since the David Watmore has joined. He has brought some changes we talked about earlier in the team, some changes in the batting lineup, some changes in the bowling. Has been full toss. Chase is on. Marcel Aisha Lisa is giving a good slide. Cutting off two.
It's absolutely fantastic to see two fielders chasing for a ball. This is a way they can exhibit the commitment on the field. Earlier, we were just getting surprised to see where fielders were heading to because of 3 drop catches. But now, look at that commitment. A couple of fielders going for ball and chasing the ball is something which I really appreciate. As you mentioned, Kamran, Dave Watmore's impact has been quite positive on Malaysia women's side.
Indeed, and Malaysia woman has just played comeback from the Sri Lanka tour. They were in the tour playing against the Sri Lankan under 19 team, and they have got so much good exposure against the quality team in Asia, and definitely that exposure, dancing down, hitting straight in the narrow, and that goes for 4. Welcome boundary for the Hong Kong China.
Well, stepping down the wicket, no hesitation at all, straight up the head of the bowler and a boundary. Yasmin doing the job for Hong Kong China's team. It has been a very, very long drought which has been broken by Yasmin by getting that straight boundary.
Mahira Izzati has brought back to the action, this time from the Negara end. And she's now mixing up with the pace and pace off. That's a good comeback by after getting the boundary. Coming back to the point of getting exposure of these girls playing against the quality team in Asia, and that's boost their energy. They learn a lot of things with under the great guy. Oh, chance of the stumps and run out, and now that's safely home. And this is something that they are trying to implement it, those points they have learned, that point that have been working with the David Watmore. It's great to see different wife, a different exposure. And that's easy stump as you like it, Vijay. Such a easy work behind the stump. She make it so easy. Such a likable. Good on the eyes.
Very good reflexes from the keeper. No efforts at all, it seems so. But brilliant keeping from her. This is what Malaysia women's would be looking forward to, especially the wicket of Natasha Tara, who scored 31 runs from 46 deliveries. She's gone now by getting stumped. Mahira Izzati did her trick, which we were expecting since for a while. She got her the first wicket, and Hong Kong China is 75 for 4 in 16.5 overs. 65 runs are required from 3.1 overs. Kamran, it's going to be a massive, massive task for Hong Kong China. Though they didn't lose a lot of wickets, they have 6 wickets in the hand. But look at that asking run rate, 20.53.
Well, apart from getting a lot of chances, drop catches, they yet to take a good start. They have started so slow, and this is the cost of that. When you are getting a chance and yet you are getting that opportunity converting to that good one, and this is the cost. Now the required run had gone up to 20. Mahira Izzati continue with a great bowling spell here. 3 overs, just giving 11 runs in her bowling spell, and that total of 17 overs, 76 for 4.
Well, Hong Kong China are slowly losing the grip, and their body language also seems to be looking like they're giving up. They should try to fight back. This cricket has enough opportunities to get back onto this game, where a couple of boundaries or maybe 3 boundaries can also make sure this team would be getting back on roll. They should not give up at any point of time. Hong Kong China needs to fight back. Yes, there are a couple of new batters in, but nevertheless they should try to fight back. Winifred will be bowling her first over of this match.
Ariana has been a little bit slow when it comes to this fielding position. She has been kept at the point from beginning, and she has been very slow in terms of attacking and throwing. Quite surprising to see Vijay Winifred has a chance of the run. No, it's not gonna happen.
Well,
I'm not sure whether it's gonna be giving out or not, because the bells
it
has off.
is out. It is out. That was the second opportunity for the bowler, Winifred.
No,
Like,
to my understanding, it's not. It shouldn't be considered out because once the bills are off, you have to run and you have to take off the stumps, and that only gonna be giving out. And yes, it's not giving out. So
well,
many
how
dramas.
comedy affairs are happening again. But this it's a wonderful opportunity again for Hong Kong women's team to pick it up from here. But it's becoming very, very tough indeed for them.
Well, I really like this gun feeler, Marcelisa. The way she approached towards the ball, the way she take the ball, is giving me exactly the same frame of picture when the lion is attacking his target. That's how she groove that pick up the ball.
Well, it's easy cricket from Malaysia. Nothing to worry for them because they're not conceding any boundaries. I don't think they would mind to give away the singles because asking run rate is gone to 25.71.
And not these singles will help either. Surprisingly to see Winifred comes to ball in the end. Usually she will open up with a new ball, but seems like she look at her option and she said, "Why don't I use my options and see if this works?" At the moment, everything is works for Malaysia. Nothing is going so well for the Hong Kong China. 18 overs gone, 81 for 4.
Well, theoretically, if you ask me, six sixes from a over 36 plus, if they can able to go for 24 runs, which means again four sixes in an over, which means 10 balls, 10 sixes continuously. If they can go for sixes, then this is possible thing theoretically, but practically it's very, very difficult for Hong Kong China because they have wasted a lot of balls in between.
It's not possible. It is possible, but I'm gonna call it miracle.
So you're rhymical.
It's rare case in cricket, and we have seen very rarely things turn up, which is unexpected. Just like, oh, that's cleaner up, going cross off the line of the ball, keep it so straight to the stumps with a short run up, simple as you
Masal
like.
Masalisa joins the party as far as wicket column is concerned. She picked up the first wicket of the match and she would be happy indeed. Maybe couldn't able to score runs as required for the team, but she would be happy to get a wicket for the team. That's the kind of contribution, that's the kind of fight back what Malaysian team is up to. If they are missing out somewhere, they are coming back and they are filling up their responsibilities with some means or the other. Maas Alisa did the trick. Hong Kong China made only one mistake, which was to play too slow in the starting phase of the game. They could have played a bit quicker when they had established batters. At least they could have gone for an attack for the first 10 overs. But somewhere deep down, they were playing too defensive cricket. What would you say, Kamran?
Well, that's you made the right point, but here, here it is what it is. That's how they choose to do it, where they tend to lose plenty of ball at the beginning, where they should take the advantage of the first power play.
Well, there's a scoop shot you've seen for the first time from Hugh Ying. They don't mind taking risk at this point of time.
Yes, indeed. It's very difficult from now on. These, oh, that's a great approach by the batter, and these kind of approach should be shown earlier before those run was boosting up and putting the big high building for them to chase it down. It's too late, I would say, for the Hong Kong China to make a difference. Looking for two. That's misfielding, and they get two.
Well, Malaysia wouldn't be happy with this, especially Marcelisa, who's the vice captain of the team. She would be very disappointed with this kind of field commitment, especially when you're doing well with the bat and the bowling. This kind of fielding, lagging field, would be a little bit concerned for Malaysia. So they have to make sure they are rectifying that mistake when they come for the next game. So by end of the 19 overs, Hong Kong China team is with 86 for 5. Come run 1 over 54 runs required. You're too optimistic. You would often say that it's not impossible. So would you tell me that 6 balls, 6 sixes alongside no balls of like about five no balls from here will make sure to get this total?
It's a fairy tale story, but for that they need a miracle, and I'm not sure whether this miracle happened or is real. But at this point, not happening.
Especially when you have Winifred, I don't think that would happen.
Yes, indeed. Winifred wouldn't let you do it that easy.
Well, the singles are really a good point if you ask me at one point of time. But to talk about the whole of the game, Hong Kong tried to focus more on singles rather than to go for the boundaries.
Chance of the run out? Would it be? No, just home safe.
Well, 3 balls and 52 runs required for Hong Kong China. One more dot ball.
One more dot ball, and that's even difficult for the Hong Kong China. Another 2 balls and 1. This is extremely difficult. 52 runs required. Seems to be. That's only 1 ball left, and I'm sure Malaysia will be very pleased and happy from today's performance, where Hong Kong will take few things from here and work on those things and coming back strongly in the next game.
Stepping down the wicket, Hugh Ying picking up a couple of runs. I guess so. Well, yes, it was 2 runs. By end of the 20 overs, Hong Kong China are 90 for 5. It was a massive loss for them. They have initially put a lot of efforts where they didn't lose any wicket and they were playing really well At one point of time, they were very strong indeed. Malaysia women's team won the toss and elected to bat first. Elisa scored 28 runs from 23 balls. Winifred 26. Noor Dania scored 20 runs. Winky picked up a couple of wickets. Chan, who turned the table around for Hong Kong China women's team, picked up a couple of wickets by conceding 20 runs. Joylin Kaur again added on a couple of wickets into the column of wickets as far as Hong Kong China was concerned. Hong Kong China women's team were asked to score 140 runs in the chasing contest. Natasha Tara 31 runs she scored out of 46 balls. Yasmin 24 not out. Chan, who bowled really well, scored 12 runs. They couldn't able to manage to chase the score which has been put up by Malaysia team. They got just 8-9 runs by losing 5 wickets in the 20 overs. Dhanushri was a one who changed the game as far as Malaysia's bowling was concerned, picked up a couple of wickets, considered just 6 runs. Aina Hamiza picked up a wicket by conceding 6 runs. Mahira Izzati 1 wicket for 11. Malaysia women's team won by 50 runs. It was a massive victory for Malaysia women's to kickstart this bilateral series between Hong Kong, China and Malaysia. It was the first match won by Malaysia women's and they are leading the bilateral series 1-0. We'll be shortly back with the presentation party. Stay tuned. Thank you.